Morning, bom dia. So today I have to set up some fencing with posts in order to get the new Chuchu that I planted, something to climb on. One thing that'll be nice, I'm just sitting here thinking while I'm digging, is next year I shouldn't have to dig all these holes because they'll be all done. Next year should be maintenance. I need to fix something, or something's loose, or it broke, or I need to modify it because it wasn't good enough. But I'd rather be doing that than all of this, although I'm excited about it, but my hands are not. I'll show you why in a minute here. So, for those of you who don't know, I did a lot of mountain biking in the northeast of the United States. Mountain biking there is different than here. At least I should say in this area. So there, we go out on a trail, it's probably this wide. It's a little wider, meaning there's trees on either side, but at least the bike can go through. Where here, most people ride on gravel roads and that. So there you're going over roots, falling down trees bigger than this log behind me. You're riding over big rocks, very technical terrain. And in some areas, there's some stuff built up for people to ride on. In other words, somebody took wood and made a little ramp, and you can go up on top of a big rock and jump off the other side. Well, I did that one day, and my knuckles are pretty big, you can see that, but if you notice, these two are here, these are gone. It's because I rode a big rock and I was in the wrong gear, and when I came off the back side, whew, this hit a rock and broke these two knuckles and shoved them into the back of my hand. So when I do a lot of digging like this, my hand starts to ache. Right here is where it's going to go. Right there. And I think we're going to do it like that. Ta-da! All done. Wow, this is hard. think it's probably good enough. If I need another one pull here in the middle, I'll do that later. It didn't take too long. It's all done. I think it looks pretty good. Let's take a look at it. Post there, Chuchu there. Splice, Chuchu. Pull to give it extra support. More Chuchu. Chuchu, and then pull. I'm excited. Another project done. We did a lot of trimming last year to open it up, try to make it a little bit healthy. It was in rough shape. So we've got a lot of new growth because we trimmed it. And so what I want to do, some of these branches that I trimmed off, I want to find ones that are really good and let them grow and get rid of all the excess. Alright, it's much better. So I've got some small stuff I'm going to trim off, fresh stuff that's grown, but the rest of the tree looks pretty good. So hopefully we see some flowers here soon. So this afternoon I'm doing a small electrical project. Basically I need to run power from an outlet on our front deck over to the pump station for our pool that was installed. Basically, I'm going to tap in to this outlet here. It's on its own breaker inside the shed, and run it underneath the deck all the way over to here. And then basically we're going to have a deck that's going to cover this area, so it'll just lay on the ground, and I'll just bring it around the pool, run it along the pipes here, and leave it here until the guy for the pump comes, and then I'll drill the hole and we'll install it. Alright, let's get started. Don't think this will take too long. So I'm going to make sure power is secured. Now I'll show you how I basically go about doing it. I have a multimeter, Klein Tools. I brought this from the United States with me. Gonna just take this pipe out from here, and it's got a nice little voltage checker, and if there's power, this little red light will show up. Testing now, and there's a little red light that shows up on there. So I'm gonna go into the PIO, the shed, and shut off power, and then double check this. So I secured power at the shed, and let's just do a quick check. Right here, testing again, nothing. So should be good, but 220 volts doesn't hurt too bad when you get shocked. I just don't want to be shocked. We'll get this apart, and then we'll get the wire out and get it ready to run. Alright, let's get this apart. It was way too hard. Shouldn't have been that hard. Mom just came out of the house and said, it's a little bit cold out. Let's see how cold it is. 74 degrees. It's not cold. It's actually good working weather. So I have to run the wire through this protective conduit. I'm not sure what the best way is to do it. So basically I just bent it over so it's got a nice rounded edge on the end there and taped it over. And I'm just going to feed it through. I need about 13 meters, so it's not a short amount. So hopefully it'll feed all the way through. Let's see what. getting hard. It's stuck, so I'm going to try something different. I'm going to go over here by the edge of the deck, and I'm going to throw it over the edge and see it dangling it. It's long enough to get to the pond. See that? So we're going to move over a little bit, see if I can get some. There it is. So I'm going to take some of this sand out from here because I want to run it along the pipe. I wrap it in, but you got to be careful. There's some stuff already here. I don't want to damage it. Now what I'm going to do is dig a small trench through this gravel just so I can bury it a little bit, and then I need to run it over here and underneath. Once I get it underneath, then I have to fish it all the way across. Okay. I think this is going to be the hard part. Well, it looks like it didn't record. Well, this is what I did. I ran the cable underneath. I had to dig out underneath some of these beams in order to get it under there. And I ran it all the way over here to the outlet. I've got extra of the sheeting, so I'm just going to cut it off and then run up the electrical wire, and I think I'll leave a little extra underneath there in case I ever have to change something. But I just spliced it on to where the electrician spliced the wire before, and I'm wrapping it up with electrical tape. Give it some protection. This is definitely not how it's done in the United States. I don't know even if this is how it's done in Brazil. This is how the person that we hired did it. I'm just putting a little extra around the electrical part so in case. Alright, before I go any further, I'm going to go turn on power and test. And 218 volts. So we're good. Last thing I got to do is screw in the deck. I actually bought new screws because I wanted them to be a little bit longer. This is what I got. Some of the other screws actually broke off when I tried to take them out. So here we go. Well, this job's all done. Deck boards are back in place all the way across. Power, and this will be covered up by the new deck. Alright, that's it for this one. See you next time. Luana's been hard at work at getting the garden cleaned up. And what I mean by that, well, the ground's pretty hard, so she's been raking out all the big clumps, trying to just keep the finer dirt together. And this is what we got. You can see that ridge there. That's all the big clumps of dirt. Got a big rock me and her have to carry out together. And here's a couple sections of the garden. So over here we have beets. Over here is squash or moringa. And here are some tomatoes that actually she didn't plant, but started from the compost pile. So she transplanted them out here. In fact, most of those moringas over there are from the compost pile. Don't know what they are. We don't care. And then Anna, what tree is this one?
Aloro.
Aloro. Can you see that? Muda de loro tempero.
Yes. Just to put in the beans and the carne.
And then this here, I think, is a raspberry bush.
Not raspberry, that's blackberry.
Same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. That's framboesa, not raspberry.
So this is a red raspberry bush that's going to grow black.
Blackberry.
Blackberry bush, which we had some beautiful blackberries in our garden back in the United States, so for us it's a big deal. All right, I'm going to take you over and show you the corn real quick. Here we go. We're headed over there. This came up in less than 7 days, so pretty excited. This is the corn I picked out. I'm gonna cry if it's not good. And it's seeded pretty well. Got a couple spots that didn't come up. Could be the ground was too hard or planted too deep. But every row looks pretty good. It's not bad. But you can see how rough and chunky the ground is. On Monday, we have a new toy coming, and hopefully it will help working in this stuff a lot easier. But you'll have to wait for the next video to see that. All right, ciao for now.